Plug. Plug. Let me get this all set up and then I can lock in. Ugh. Okay. Hello. Welcome. Give me un momento. I'm gonna get my setup ready, so. Let me, I'm gonna draw best. I'm gonna draw a lot of things today. That's the power of my job. Hello. Alright. Let's get a groovin'. Oh, wrong brush. My bad. There it is. I will draw with you. No, this is my stream. Only I draw. No, I'm joking. You can do whatever the hell you want. I'm just so real with you. I'm not very experienced at drawing baskets. So, be a little patient with me today. Bro, last night's stream felt like I wake up the next day. I went to bed at like 5 a.m. because I just couldn't sleep. And bro, I felt like I just came back from like a hangover. I only got like 4 hours of sleep, so it wasn't even worth it. Hello, welcome. Coca? You gonna draw Coca? That's not... I'm tempted to like put on like background music or like background noise. Cause low-key I feel like that'd be fun. Like Vinixix or something like that, I don't know. I'm fine. I low-key, I just couldn't sleep. It's more just like I don't feel like it. More than like, I physically cannot. I'm gonna draw Bassie, so hopefully you guys get some good luck. Honestly, I'm just gonna kind of go loose with her design. Because as much as I love her skins and stuff like that, I feel like her base design is still really, really strong. I just like stylizing it more. Because, you know, that's just me. Like, fight me, I guess? I don't know. Let me guys get some pencil ASMR from my nubby little Apple Pencil. Emo, how did you get here so quick? You showed up like 30 minutes into my last one. How did you get here so quick? Yeah. I don't know why facial crests are always... Why are facial crests always so made fun of? I think it's because people started like adding it into like the Forsaken group, like for fan art and stuff like that. And now everyone's like dogging on it, because even when I was back in the Forsaken fandom, bro, why was I getting so dogged on for having facial crests? I'm sorry you're basic. I'm sorry you don't have anything whimsy or fun about you, my like muchacho. Emo is here. Say hello to Emo. He is here. What was edit? Oh, how's that going? Bro, editing actually scares me. I feel like that's why I haven't done a like long form video, because it is just daunting, and I feel like because I have such limited storage, I feel like my stuff would explode, which is why I resort to doing so many lives instead, just because it's kind of the same thing, but I don't have to worry about that. Oh, that's great, Macintosh. We love that for you. Get it. I'm doing the clock it thing, you just can't see it. Again, last night's Magmo was interesting. Things transpired. I'm not very proud of it. I straight up just was like, I'm not keeping this on my channel. This should not be what is like representative of how I act, because that was like insane. It was like hanging out with that one friend group that like you shouldn't associate with, because you guys, no matter what, always act crazy. And then you end up doing it anyway. Oh. Oh. My PC freaking explodes. I feel like I should be doing her Belle outfit, but you know what? Who cares? I'm gonna say so. What's your guys' biggest pet peeve when it comes to like shows and dynamics and stuff like that? Because the one that I hate the most, and I rave about this like every time I watch something and this happens, is when characters refuse to like explain, like if a character just like said like, hey, by the way, I'm so sorry, or like they like properly communicated their feelings or explained things properly, nothing would happen, but they just do it, but they just refuse to do it so that they can drag out a conflict for like the sake of episodes. It bugs me like beyond belief. I cannot stand it. But that may be because I'm projecting, and communication would have fixed a lot of things. But, you know, small potatoes. Like, for Steven Universe didn't teach y'all nothing. Oh, that's great, Candy. I'm glad. Oh, that sounds like so much fun. If your character doesn't look like a sad puppy, then you failed. Look at her. That too, Emo. Not gonna lie. I feel like one thing I also hate is like redemption arcs, and not in like the whole like, oh, you learn for the better and you become a better person. That stuff, I love redemption arcs. But when you try to sympathize a villain or try to give a villain an undeserved redemption arc, cough cough, Miraculous Ladybug, that show is absolute garbage. I feel like, why? Because they didn't do anything to deserve it. I could ramble on and on about like Miraculous Ladybug specifically, because there's so many horrible problems with it, and I could go fight Thomas Ashbrook on Twitter if I had Twitter, but low-key, that show actually bugs me. Bassie looks like a wet cat. That's the point. Look at her. Batman. Batman. Like, don't look at me and tell me she's not a cat, bro. Now, I'm gonna be so real with you. I'm not caught up to, like, with her and Coco's beef. I don't know what happened there. Something. But you know what? I already have too much lore from other things to worry about. I don't want to worry about Dandy's World lore between a basket and a bunny. As much as I love this fandom, like, I really don't have time for that. I can barely even understand the FNAF fandom sometimes. Like, don't get me into that. Dear cat. Brokeski, I'm gonna be so real with you. If she had a fursona, it would be like a deer or something. This doesn't look right to me. I think it's because all the flowers are tiny. But you know what? That's the good part. We like that. Looks cuter. But you know what? You know what actually looks cuter? You know what? Screw it. You know, this is my show. I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna give her bows. Not bows as in Bows of the World. I mean bows. BOWS. I don't know if you can hear my snoring pug in the background. He's such a fat chud, but he's chilling here with me. Oh, yes, of course you should draw yourself as Kane. That's literally like the most fun. If you don't make sonas of yourself based on villains and stuff like that, you have no fun. Either that or you're really insecure about yourself and don't like drawing yourself, because that's where I was for a bit, and that's why I was constantly drawing my OCs, because I hated drawing myself. But then I got over that, and now I love drawing myself. So we love your pug. He's a little boy. He's a little baby. He's a fat baby, but he's still a baby. I love Miraculous, but yes, it has a lot of problems, especially when it comes to Chloe's arc. For real, they were doing so good with her redemption arc. It was actually going to be like an half decent show. I could look past everything else, maybe not Marinette's stalking, if they hadn't destroyed her character arc. Like, oh my gosh. That, and also the inclusion of her cousin. Because, let's be so for real, look at Thomas Astruck and the creep he is. He 100% he only added a queer character just to say he did it. Or just as a random plot point, because he literally sees Marinette as his daughter, and putting a random girl that has a crush on her feels really weird, especially when Thomas Astruck is really weird towards Marinette already. You know, I'm gonna be one of those redesigners where I just go ham wild with everything. I'm not gonna give her like list of pronouns or something like that, like in a box. It's just, but I'm like in shove like Candy and like fur, like and stuff like that. Candy is in with the K. But I really do like more detailed designs. I am a sucker for it. The beef with Bassie and Coco is that Bassie doesn't see herself as a main tune, and the staff is like, oh, Coco should be a main tune. Bro, Coco's the most basic bitch ever, basic bitch. I don't know why they would think that. But you know, they can do them, I guess. No, because also it's the fact that Coco got a plush before Shelly. Like, I know it's canon to the game. You don't have to make it canon to in real life. Like, come on. Chop chop over here. I really do hate the people that, like, dumb down, Shelly to just, oh, she's forgotten. I feel like there's a lot more to her, but you know what? People have a habit of just making characters, just only have one thing about themselves that's, you know, definitive, and then just ignoring everything else. Usually the character sexuality, because let's be so for real, anyone who just joins a fandom because of a gay ship, or like makes the entire fandom about a specific ship just because it's gay and like overly I feel like everybody, it's so normalized that people overly sexualize gay relationships, because I feel like we're like regressing, because I thought we all acknowledged that like sexualizing lesbians was a bad thing, but now it's completely okay because it's between a guy, like two guys. Like, that's so freaking weird. And also it when it happens in media, it affects how people treat actual people in the real world. It's so disgusting. Okay, so I'm gonna Neptune. I'm gonna make you into a mod. Can you kick this guy? Kick him. Get him out. Get him out. You too, Emo. You're getting added as a moderator. Get him out. Thank you, Fizzy. I figured I should give it to you because we were being a little bit mean to you last stream. I don't know how to draw a sun. Yeah, I have no idea where my bangs or teeth came from. It just kind of happened. I was like, wait, that's kind of cool. Because I think I was scrolling through other people's like designs, and I just noticed like people would give like the white streaks in like his red hair, like to symbolize his teeth, and then also give like really like sharp teeth and stuff like that. And I thought that was cool, and I just kind of took it a step further and kind of made them look almost exactly like teeth. So I guess that was my, you know, thought process when I was drawing it. Guys, run Emo as a mod. he is. Neptune and him are gonna like start banning people. I can smell it. Maybe not Fizzy, but I know Emo is because he's a little gremlin. But hopefully he takes it responsibly. I don't even know if he's still in here, to be honest. I haven't seen a chat from him in a bit, but you know he could be busy, so honestly I'm not gonna bother him. Don't be evil. Only do what you're supposed to. Otherwise, I will ban you. Cause guess what? I run the show. Ich nicht chamiede, ich nicht jar. Whenever someone's timed out, I can hear the slurs they're screaming. For real. The thing is, it's another thing. He literally, I've never seen that person's comments. I can usually remember if I've seen someone's comments in my, comments. I've never seen that person, and they were putting some nasty crap in here. So, that's not cool. At all. Fizzy or Emo, any of the moderators, if you see him again, just kick him out again. I'm gonna just have bugs crawling in her hair. Is it really hair if it's leaves? Gotta go to practice. Okay. Bye, Fizzy. We'll see you later. Alright. What's the audio? Oh, one next again down. Now we gotta move on to line art. Yeah, all of that wasn't line art, by the way. Sorry. I really was stalling. La 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 la. Bro's flexing their arts. I am, guys. Oh, aren't I just so talented? Isn't that why I made this entire channel? Because I struggled with my self-esteem? Oh my gosh. Hey Modsies, the guy is currently in my regular comments spamming the word AI. I don't think it's showing up. For fuck's sake. Okay, I'm just gonna hide him real quick. Yeah, let's get back to the show. Anyway, small setback. Small potatoes. How's the liner so liquidy? Because it is a semi-opaque brush with a soft end. Because like it trails off near the end. That's why it's so liquid. Also because I have it on like really low stability, so like it's not like forcing super clean lines. We're gonna try and do this quickly so I can move on to the next tune. I have no idea they're in the chat, to be honest. He could be here, he could be in the shadows, he could be plotting my demise, calling me 3 apples tall, but, or he could not be. Who knows? The more eyelashes, the better. I wish I had added the little music thing in the corner, to be honest. Because I feel like just hearing me talk is a little bit annoying. You know, as someone who listens to myself constantly, I'm very annoying. In fact, I'm what you would call insufferable. I want to be like an Animal Crossing character so bad, bro. I want to just sit and just chill on the beach in my little house, getting beaten up by my landlord, collecting bugs. Oh, getting waterboarded by Tom Nook because I owe him money. Oh. What a jolliest life, bro. Thank you, Cookie. Welcome. Welcome to your worst nightmare. I feel like the kind of energy I want to achieve with my streams is a mix between Quell and like Moist Critical. Personally. Oh my god. Okay, so at least I hit him, but yeah, this monkey 1TZE is constantly spamming my stuff. Just spamming like AI for like paragraphs and paragraphs. Low-key pathetic incel behavior, but okay. Anyway, personal opinions on reviving. I don't know what that not an avatar. Sorry, I you spelled like Navi, I'm like Navy. No, because I don't know if any of you know Psychonauts, bro. The first thing that came to my head was like the one quote from the first game. And the Navy decided to pull out what they're most famous for. Airplanes! I don't know why that's so funny. My humor is so jacked. You could literally just have someone screaming into a mic every 5 seconds, and I think it'd be funny. Yeah, I know what a Navi is, but you spelled it Navy, so I was like, just without the apostrophe or whatever. So I was like, huh, bro, Loki. If I like started playing like Dance Moms in the background, would I get copyright strike? Do any of you know? Do any of you know that? Like, I'm asking like dead serious, because also I want to have like something just to like have in the background. Wish I knew. I don't know like what the, because I know they can post episodes on there, but it's always by like the channel owners of like the places that own them already. So I'm like, can I, or would I get like slapped with that? Or would YouTube say it's reused content despite me drawing and talking and stuff like that? Also, can we like all mutually agree that the whole how they choose, they say after, because after I get denied monetization or something like that, it's like, we'll have both an AI and human overview. Bro, Kesky, we all know it's just AI. You're such a lazy cash grab, bro. You can't even pay people properly, like, and fairly. You monetize Brooke Monk, but you don't monetize actually good creators. I'm not saying that Brooke Monk is a bad person, but like it's not very original. But God forbid artists have similar art styles or do similar trends, because now that's stealing. Oh, I'm sorry, but you're the same people that tell us to do trends and like get inspired by like video. They have like at the end of every single like because they had this thing in YouTube Studio where they show like, here's how your progress did this week, and it shows like how many views, comments, da da da, and then it shows at the end like get inspired by da 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 da, and it's all the same copy paste trend like channels, and like, I think I'd rather choose sandpaper. I think I'd rather wipe my behind with sandpaper before I do something like that, because that'd be selling my soul to the devil. Not gonna lie. Anyway. Maddie's a fave no matter what in Dance Moms. Oh, 100%. Abby Lee is very incredibly predatory in that show. And I mean to say this, she is very predatory towards children, that I do not think she's a pedophile. You need to make that very clear, they're not the same thing. She's definitely incredibly predatory towards Maddie. And just the girls in general in certain situations. It could be because it was the early 2000s, and stuff was kind of normalized, you know, like putting the dancers, you know, little girls in skimpy outfits, you know, toddlers and tiaras was a thing that was also happening around that time, so it was just kind of the thing. Doesn't mean it was okay, but it was happening. I don't know if that's necessarily Abby's fault or just society at that point, but she was 100% weird. It would get marked. You would have to find songs that don't have copyright. Dang it. Yeah. I remember back in the day, I actually had a previous YouTube channel before this. I stopped posting on it because it was a really old account. But what am I trying to think? I got copyright striked for using an animation meme audio for an animation meme that looked nothing like the person's video who copyright striked me. I ended up just reposting it and it was fine. I'm just like, what the heck? I seriously wonder if I can find it. I don't think I can though. because my channel had, like, no traction. No, because also Abby tries to act like she doesn't favor the children when she, like, favor certain children, and she clearly does. But then, in the same breath, she's like, of course I do. They work harder. And at the same time, here's the thing. Certain times, I agree with her. Certain times, I agree with the moms. Most times, the moms doesn't mean always. Because also, as someone who's dealt with a lot of petty moms that are annoying about certain things and very territorial of their kids and beg too much and stuff like that, I've been around that a lot. Not from my point, but seeing it from other people's parents. I can definitely see when they are just complaining too much, or they are just starting stuff for no reason. That 100% happens. On the other hand, I do think Abby is negligent to a certain degree. I don't think she dislikes the kids, but I do think she's negligent, intentional or not. What app do I use? Procreate. It costs $10, but it's like a one-time purchase just to get the app, and then it got like a recent update, so there's like a million different brushes and stuff like that. It's actually really easy to use. At least people act like it's really difficult to use. It's really not. I actually find it easier to use than Ibis because it doesn't have all like the complicated filters and stuff like that to worry about, or like, I don't know. To me, it's just easier because it has more basic stuff. I mean, sure, you have to, like, learn your own pace and stuff like that, but it's still better in my opinion. You don't always have to import brushes, and I think I kind of just occasionally go over and import new brushes if I feel like I need to. But I found what I liked pretty quickly. So, but they already have a huge amount of brushes in there, and Narami, if you know her, she just used a bunch of the basic ones for like the longest time until she found like these ones that she really liked, and that's the one she's using right now. They have everything you like would need off the bat, but you can find more if you like really want to. Like, I'm just saying, like, opposed to like certain free apps that like give you like 5 brushes and you have to like work with it. Isn't Procreate only for Apple? Not that I'm aware of. I could be wrong. I don't know. I use Apple, so I don't know for that. Sorry, there's trucks outside. I think after this week, I'll kind of stick to only doing like 1 or 2 days of lives, just because I'll be having a pretty busy schedule from now on. And I just want to get some stuff done in my own personal life and stuff for videos and all that sort of thing. But also, I'm a random change. I might be like completely tweaking, and it's like one of those things that like I think I remember, but it never actually happened. Was there like a game, like a really weird Sonic game back in like the 2010s that everyone was freaking out about, and it was like Sonic being really weird and like Eggman being turned into an actual egg and like weird stuff like that. I feel like I'm tweaking. It feels like a fever dream thinking back on it, but like I could have sworn that was an actual thing. Thank you, Izzy. Let's watch the new episode of High Potential. Never heard of it. Sorry, twin. I'm busy trying to get myself and like get myself like prepped, like ready to watch Death Note. Because I kind of promised Nafali that I would. Prince L from Death Note from in Barbie Island Princess. You guys, did any of you guys know this? The voice actor for L from Death Note is in like a ton, or at least two, of the old Barbie movies. It makes me giggle because that's the dumbest thing I've ever like. That was not my 2026 bingo card of like finding out, but it happened. Sonic Drink. Yes, yes. Oh, exactly. I knew I wasn't going insane. That was a fever dream as a kid. That felt like I was back in like third grade watching Smile HD for the first time. Oh. Millennials always say that we were the weakest generation. No, like, okay, question. Why do people hate Gen Z so much? I'm a Gen Z. I'm not a Gen Alpha. I get why you don't like Gen Alphas, I guess. But Gen Z, like, why do you dislike us? Because we're younger than you? Like, it's specifically, like, millennials that target us. As if they're not the same people that are going to Disney and breaking down crying because they see, like, the castle for the 23rd time. Like, I'm sorry, we're not the ones that came up with face humor, for goodness sake. Give us a break. They try to diss us for, like, the Tide Pod challenge, which, by the way, guys, less than 100 people did. Less than 100 people in an entire generation, and that's what you're knocking us for? That just shows how little you have to knock us for. But, like, it's always, like, the cringiest generation that's coming after the Gen Zs. It's so weird. Honestly, generational beef is funny, but it's also really dumb at the same time. So... Oh, when you said getting into you, I thought you were referring to, like, the Psycho, like, drama series on Netflix. I was like, don't get into that. It's so... I was gonna say, like, it's so scary. It's really not. Everyone's just insufferable. I was waiting for the main character to die. Like Joe, the main character in You, like, in the show titled You, is insufferable. I think he's makes like the top 10 most insufferable main characters in all of history. Like, I'm not even joking. I mean, I tried to watch the last season with my family, but I literally couldn't stand him and his new girlfriend. It actually drove me insane. Oh. This looks weird to me. I think it's because her shoulders are so small. Gotta fix the... At least we can all rejoice that Sora's getting taken down and stuff like that. Okay, I'm just gonna do a basic, like, gray color, like, gray flat color for the moment, because I kind of want to move on to the other ones. So, then we gotta whip out my shading brush. I feel like I did too little with her design. I really don't like it. I'll probably redo it at some point, but this is what we're gonna stick with. Maybe just because I added way too many tiny flowers when I should have added more big petals or something. Just been a little bit more dynamic with it. But you know what? This is like the first time I've drawn Bassie, like almost ever. So I'll take that as just criticism. But also it could be projecting because I've seen other people's Bassie designs and they look really cool. So that might be on me. Okie dokes. Get rid of that. Alright, let me take a minute to pull up a reference image. Who should I draw next? I actually don't know, because I kind of was just planning to draw Bassie. But I'm free to just doing regular tunes at the same time. Maybe, hold up. Here, how smooth your animation was in your short. Yeah, I really didn't expect to lock in as much as I did with that, to be completely honest with you. But I'm glad that I did, because it was really fun to do. And also it was actually really quick, not gonna lie. I wonder if y'all can, like, guess which one I'm gonna do before I finish it. Let me pick. I'm gonna do one thing, and you guys can guess something. I feel like this should be, like, a really easy answer. Did not take long. Okay. Emo, you say? Where's Emo? We need to bring him back. Get him back. We need him back. We need to show him Emo. Emo. Ratatata. Is Emo mine boy? Litita T2. Lipita Tipitapituta. Emo return. Yay! You're back! Tiddlywinks. Pish posh. Ho hum tisk tisk. Whatever British people say. Oh, greetings. What was I saying? Ho hum tisk tisk. I've been watching too much Willy Wonka. Alright, you got the boy. We got the boy. I'm gonna try and stick a little bit more to a simpler style so I can get through more of these. Because I feel like I was a bit overambitious with Bassie and realized how much time I was taking. So I'm still gonna like I'm not gonna half do it, but I'm just gonna be a little bit more mindful of how long these take. Those look too realistic. You gotta make those fingers more chubby, bro. Yeah, thank you. I unironically really like playing Blot. It's just whenever I play Blot, I'm never in a good server. Like people that like stay. So it really does suck. But look at him. Look at him. I forgot his little side bang. How could I forget? Hold on uno momento. There we go. Okay, I gotta straighten up those legs, buddy boy. Bring those towards the gravitational pull. Thank you. Oh. Oh. This is literally emo. Just hold up. Guys, trust me, this is emo. Let me just do one thing and you'll believe me. Trust me. Boom. It's literally emo. Emo. Snake. Yeah. Emar. I'm tired. That's fair. I'm kind of full of energy because I just chugged coffee and I'm about to get some more in a sec. Blot is emo confirmed. Anyway, let me pull up the time to do some basic coloring. Then we can move on. You know what? Which one should we do first? Which one next? First, we gotta say next. Which one we doing next? Louise, get your head in the game. Jack, which one do we do? Binkies. Oh no, that looks weird. Give me a moment. Let me check the chat. Yeah, go take a nap, twin. Alright, is the boy. Here he is. Go take a nap. We totally won't do any shenanigans. We totally won't do super silly activities. We totally won't be mischievous. I promise. You trust me, right? Good, 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 good. Connie, I have never. Okay, little fun fact, little story time. I dressed up as Jane Doe for Halloween, but when I was out in my neighborhood, absolutely slaying, I stumbled upon these people that were dressed as Yada and Connie, and the way that I lit up when they like screamed out, "Is that Jane Doe?" And I'm like, "Yes, it is!" It was such a cute interaction. I actually missed that. The whimsy and fun of Halloween is my favorite part. Ugh. Let me see yet another magma. I mean, that was like the first one I had ever done on stream, period. So probably a little bit. I don't really feel like doing one today, to be completely honest with you. But that's just because Emo was a little idiot and drew their character the middle finger, and my mom watches these streams, so I didn't want to have that on here. I know I was being a little bit funky. You're all poking fun at each other low key, but that's why I kind of redid this one, is because I want to try and keep this as tame as possible. I'm not like dissing any of y'all. It was still really fun. It's just that's just my reasoning. Being super social, like with multiple people on a board, is really fun, but also it's not like an everyday activity, at least for me. Alright, moving on. Who is next? Blingus Boople. Let me look. I have all the characters pulled up here on like a picture. Whoever says their thing next, I'm gonna do it. That's fine, Echo. Okay, Connie. Okay, I guess we're sticking to that. This is starting to look a bit too much. Who's that one Dandy's World like animator? I forgot. I watch them all the time. How did I forget their name? Something the dog. I don't know, but this smirk is given that. I don't know why. She looks so good in your style, bro. I haven't even drawn her. I've drawn 2 eyes and a mouth. Calm down, Brokeski. My favorite thing in like when drawing characters is the little like side pieces. That's like my favorite thing. Why do you think every single one of mine has those? Why do you think every single one of my characters has side bangs to some degree? Because it's cool. And I have side bangs because I'm cool. Bleh, I don't know. love how, like, I actually had something that, like, made me go on, like, a tiny hiatus on April Fools, and everyone just, like, I was like, hey, by the way, I'm gonna take a little break, I'll still make videos, and they're like, April Fools? I'm like, no, I'm for real. Lee the dog, that's who it is. Okay. Yeah, low-key, I just had, like, a revelation, like, oh! Bro, love their stuff. Honestly. Peak content. Every time, like, I see their stuff, I literally, like, sprint over, because I'm like, give me it. Give me it. No, because can we, like, genuinely talk about why people are, like, incompetent when like, there's not a distractor? Because I feel like, I remember I recently was getting back into my extractor pebble mania, like, literally last night, when I was just watching, like, Netflix documentaries in the background. And to be completely for real, everyone started dying because we didn't have a distractor. Like, we're just getting hit. Like, you're getting hit, and then, like, distractor, or, like, our distractor left because he's, like, a Gordy or whatever. And all mania broke loose. It's, ooh. La 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 la. I do, hot take, Brittany looks undercooked. Like, her base design looks undercooked. It's really sad, because it could have been, I feel like all of her skins are, like, making up for the fact that her base is so booty cheeks. Like, oh, she's a librarian? I would never have guessed that. Not even being, like, sarcastic, like, that is not, sure, obviously something, reading, light, something related, but a librarian, you could have fooled me, because I don't know. Her base design doesn't really communicate that. Also, fight me, I headcanon, Brittany and, Squirm as, like, roommates. Gotta shrink you down a bit. Oh, bye. Bro, I feel like her teal design really was, like, peak. And then they came out with the one where she gets, like, a skirt, like the pink one, and then my jaw dropped to the floor, and then they came out with the new one, and I was like, huh? Like, there's not a single miss when it comes to her skins. Who do you think has the most, like, misses when it comes to their skins? Because I feel like there has to be, like, one tune out there that has, like, a bunch of really ugly skins. And I know my answer. I'm gonna wait for y'all to give your answer. Because I think I know what most of your guys' guesses are gonna be. Oh, bye, Candy. We'll see you later. Thank you for joining. I think I'll use these sketches to, like, make, like, a, oh, hey, by the way, this is what I drew on stream, sort of, like, video afterwards. Oh, sorry. Final look. Blame people who die in early runs because it's possible they joined more recently. Yeah, that's fair. I recently played with like a starter person like literally today, and I was showing them the ropes as they played as Exen, and they did just fine. We actually got to like floor like 11 or 12. But yeah, I don't blame people that like are starters. I blame people that like clearly aren't, but like feel like they have to rely, because I feel like distracting culture really ruined the game because people feel like they need to have a distractor in order to get far in the game when that's really not the case. I mean, solo runs are a thing, and most people get really far in those. At least I do. Like, I don't have a distractor, and I did just fine. Why can't you? Like, I feel like if you just had good coordination, or just like you get out of each other's way. Even I don't have great like surroundings, like know my surroundings very well because I'm on mobile, but at the very least I try. Like, be so for real. Alright, now to my hot take. I don't think Louis has the worst skins. I assumed most people were going to be like, oh, Louis has the worst skins, which is fair. A lot of them are pretty ugly. But I'm going to say this. Poppy, Boxton, and I'm going to say it, Gigi. They have the worst skins in my opinion. I really don't like them. That and maybe Goob. Because the spaghetti thing was pretty ugly. And they had a missed opportunity with the ice cream theme to, give them cones. Or like same with Scraps. But at least they were kind of cute, so I give it a pass. Because also, the thing about Boxton is that there's a lot to do with him that they just don't. And it's always just like, oh, we'll make him a slightly different shade of purple and give him a different outfit. The most they ever did with him was his most recent one, where they gave him butterflies. Other than that, Brokeski, they gave him a pajama-themed one that didn't even look like it was pajamas. It's just a button-up shirt. Who's next? I mean, her picnic skin is fine. I just feel like the colors really clash together because they're the same value. Like, brightness-wise. Which really did bug me. I'm going through which ones I should do. Oh, thank you. Okay, that was an unexpected thing to get. Thank you so much. We appreciate having you here. Screw it, we're gonna go old school. We're gonna do Shrimpo again. If you're like a heavy OG, you'll know I've drawn Shrimpo before. Before I took my Dandy's World like Toodles and him video down because people were copying it and stuff like that. And it was labeled as reused content sort of thing. Whatever. But if any of y'all know that, please let me know, because that was a good time to be alive. Also, hot take, my biggest pet peeve, so I'm not a huge fan of the Google Doc with the cancelable actions. Like, I'm not really a big fan of that culture in the first place. But one thing I dislike even more, and this is not just for this culture, but like just in internet drama culture in general, is when somebody isn't a victim, isn't really involved aside from just knowing the person who's being accused or knowing the victim, that doesn't really have much to offer to the table, suddenly puts like their own section in like a Google Doc, or like makes their own videos like, I knew this person, it was so scary, and like nothing other than that, just for clout, is really disgusting. I've seen this more than once, and it's so weird because it doesn't feel like you're trying to be supportive or spread the word. It feels like you're trying to take part in it so that you can get some of the sympathy. Like it's really disgusting to watch. But that's why I don't really read people's like Google Docs anymore. One, because they're stupidly long and I really don't care. But it's ugh. Did someone just say flight? Yeah, that's why I'm not. I was drawing at my desk last night for the magma stream, and that gave me like really bad like neck pain, so I decided not to do that. Also, can one dumb thing, can we, now that I bring that up, like a little fun fact, it really doesn't matter because, again, I wasn't involved. I just wanted to bring this up because now that we're on topic of it. That would be like me bringing up the fact that I knew the Pumpkin Gentleman right as everything was happening when I was like a young teenager, and then like going on the internet like being like, guys, I knew him. Like, this is so scary, right? Like that would be dumb. I was like, holy crap, I knew this guy. That's weird. But making a big deal out of it when nothing actually happened, like nothing happened between us. We never personally DM'd. I literally just made fan art for him, and he acknowledged it. That's it. Sorry. I feel like people that try to act like it was some huge thing, but all they did was like barely interact with the person, you're weird. Anyway, that's my tech talk for today. How'd you find magma? Huh? Are you like being sarcastic or are you like being for real? Also, a little fun thing. Before I was streaming yesterday, I was on spray paint, and I was just kind of messing around. I was literally just drawing, and then I noticed that someone else was like coloring in someone else's drawing of Gigi, and I was like, you don't have permission to do that. And they were like, I don't care. And then I was like, you still don't have permission. That's weird. And they were like, well, the artist doesn't care. I was like, says who? And then they just kept on changing the subject and being like, whatever, I erased it. Why does it matter? I'm like, well, one, you're being rude, and two, you keep changing your story. And then eventually I was like, wait a minute, this is kind of funny, because they were like blowing up and like calling me like super, like, you're such a meanie, like, you're so mean, you're pathetic, because I said that. I was like, it's not your art, like, mind your own business, like, and then I said, like, it's not yours either. But I feel like I eventually just got around to like the rage baiting portion. And also the funniest like interaction that happened during that like entire thing is, besides me just, kind of just barely reacting or just like correcting them when they were being dumb. I was drawing, like, I think it was like a humanized something or other. I still have the art somewhere. But I was just drawing, and they after they had just stopped beefing with me, and like calling me names and stuff like that. they they came over and was like, OMG, it's such good art. I'm like, don't act like we're cool now. That's like I hate that. Don't argue with me and then act like we're cool. And I was like, we're not gonna act cool after that. She's like, what? I didn't even know it was you. Huh? You were just writing angry scribbles on the spray paint floor at me like 15 seconds ago. What are you talking about? And then as we were going back and forth, and I'm having my fun, getting a reaction out of this person, I think at one point they were like, you were so desperate for attention. I was like, I don't need attention. I have enough of that already. And they were like, I'm sure. I'm like, yeah, I'm a content creator. I don't need your attention specifically. I'm good. And they're like, I am too. What's your user? And I wrote it down. And then they shut up after that. They didn't say anything about it. They were like, yeah, okay. Oh, honey, what's yours? Don't be shy. What's yours? Oh, no, don't try to pull back. What's yours? Like, you really thought you ate with that. And then they continued beefing with me and saying that I'm miserable and I'm a horrible person because I just said that they didn't have permission to color in someone's drawing. It really is just funny to me. And the thing is, they kept on acting like the artist was like on their side, but they didn't know that the artist of the drawings they were coloring in was literally private chatting me, saying they were giggling at our interaction. And the same person was the same girl. She was spreading across the map like words like Jesus loves you, Jesus love, feel good about yourself. And sure, that's true, but you're a hypocrite. We love that little Jesus love around here, but don't act like that right after. Anyway, I just thought that was funny. Good night. You guys are having fun. Have fun. Good night. Anyway, I just thought that interaction was pretty goofy. I really do enjoy rage baiting children. I remember my brother came in right in the middle of it because a bunch of stuff was happening, and he was just like, he was telling me like what was going on for today, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. I think it's because we were gonna be like left at home alone for a little bit, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. I'm busy bullying kids on Roblox, and he's like, oh, that's cool. Ugh, favorite pastime activity. I didn't need her attention. I went back to drawing as soon as she left the server. But when you do start acting like a fool, I'm gonna test the waters. You wanna know why? Because you're giving me the reaction I wanted. And I remember during this interaction, they like randomly, I was like, dude, you didn't have permission. Now you're throwing a temper tantrum and it's funny. And then there'd be like, well, my friends don't really like me, like, and I just feel really sad about it. I was like, they said, get in line. That is the dumbest, that's the weakest excuse. It's not even like the first time I've heard it. Oh, like randomly changing the subject, like, oh, people don't like me. Boo-hoo? I'm sorry, if the worst thing that's happened to you in your life is that you think that your friends don't like you, you have a very privileged life. I literally said like, okay, privilege. Like there are worse things, and that's not even the point of what we're talking about. People who like just randomly change the subject when getting called out for something are annoying. But again, it's just weird. Like stuff like that it was just such a weird interaction. I wish I recorded it, honestly, but I didn't want to like seem like I was just baiting it for content, because I wasn't. I was just doing it for fun. La 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 la. I don't know why the paws make it so much better. Oh, There we go. There we go. Shrimp ball done. Your point is valid, but if you consider that I'm not a good person. No, because also, people randomly just, like, during an apology is like, you don't have to forgive me. I'm a really bad person. I deserve this. You know what? Yeah, you do. Because as soon as you start pulling that card and you're begging, you're essentially asking for, please tell me I'm not a bad person so it can seem like you forgive me so that I can elicit sympathy from you. Why do I know that? That's a story for another day. Dealing with people. That's all I'm going to say. Also just because I'm super into psychology, but that's me. Small potatoes. Oh, he is here. I should have drawn his princess outfit, but we don't have time for that. We don't got time for that. Wait. I feel like giving him... Hold on, I need to fix... I feel like giving them shadows in the eyes makes it look really weird. I think it makes it look too realistic and it bugs me. Let me fix it. There we go. Much better. Guilt, yeah, it's literally guilt tripping. That's what I was looking for. Ugh. The thing is, I've learned to recognize these things just from past experiences. Like, bro, I can smell that from a mile away. You ain't slick. Mr. Fantastic Bump, like, whatever the thing is. Like, you're not slick, buddy. You may try that. No, low key, because the thing is, I used that when I was dealing with kids, is, there was this kid, and he had a water bottle, and we were in a group with, like, really little kids at, like, a swim meet. He wasn't a swimmer. I don't know why he was there, but, and I'm coaching, so I have to get them all, like, readied up and, like, in line, ready to go to their events, you know, that sort of thing. And I see this kid gets his water bottle, and he starts, like, showing the other kids these, like, inappropriate, like, you know, gestures with it. And I go around, like, no, we're not doing that. That's not acceptable. You can't do that. And he's like, what? I'm not doing anything. It's just a water bottle. I'm just shaking it. No. Don't try to, I literally said, like, don't try to gaslight me. No, we're not doing this. He's like, I didn't do anything. I was like, you know exactly what we did. We're not playing this game right now. I had the mom voice down to a T. Anyway, and then when my best friend came over, because she was assisting with me, she was asking what happened. I explained to her what happened, and he got scolded for it. He started, like, he threw the water bottle, and then, like, went over to go sit on one of the far, like, benches, and, like, pout facing away, assuming that, like, somebody was gonna go on and check on him. We didn't. Seriously, I really don't, we don't have time to tolerate that. We were at a swim meet, sir. Not sir, boy. Like, if I had time to deal with your temper tantrums, I'd just get your mom. Like, I don't have time to deal with that. Besides, it literally just shows, like, nobody's gonna fall for that. Especially when you knew you were doing something bad. Also, I just can't tolerate being inappropriate, like, around other children, just because, you know, I remember I was groomed, kind of, at, like, 6 years old, into, like, that sort of weird stuff. And it really did affect me, because it made me just, like, incredibly angry at the idea of, like, that happening to other people. So, like, even just like something as, like, what people would call trivial as, like, that, it really was important to me to show, like, that's not cool. Don't ever do that. Because in this day and age, people really are normalizing that stuff way too much, and I feel like it is ruining our new generation. I mean, my mom didn't even know, like, what that's... She talked to me, like, she didn't even know what that stuff was until she was in high school. Ugh. Your voice is so... Bro, I sound so androgynous, like, in real life. And people are just like, oh my gosh, your voice is so nice. And it's because I sound higher pitch than, I do IRL. But low-key, if any of you guys have ever worked with kids, that you know exactly how to put on them on like the mom voice or the dad voice or whatever, because that's unacceptable. If you ever see a kid just like, oh, boys will be boys, no. Nuh-uh. Boys will not be boys. If they're doing something weird, if they're doing something inappropriate that they shouldn't be doing, you scold them. And also, you don't just be like, oh, it was an accident, oh, okay, I'm sorry. No. We know what you were doing. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't a joke. You did it. You just don't want to get caught for it. Like, I feel like just saying that to them and realizing, like, you're not getting away with that, that was unacceptable, really does help a kid later in life. Even if just subtly. I have no idea where that kid is today, but I sincerely hope that me scolding him and being like, no, I know what you were doing, that wasn't, you were doing it on purpose. I hope that really does stick with him. Yeah. Fun fact, the person that was, like, responsible for that is my next door neighbor. I haven't seen him in a good few years, but yeah, I really don't like that guy. Even he wasn't like a grown man, but he was it happened both times it happened to me was by teenagers. And he was like a few years older than me. Bro, God forbid I be left alone. My best friend leaves me alone for 1 second so that her brother can go talk to me. Because that was the worst decision of my life. I should never have been friends with her. Sassy Yada? What? Okay, let me fix that. Give her swirl pibbles. You know what? I'll decide when I get there. What's good? Do I like musicals? No, actually, I despise them. I hate them. No, on a serious note, I love them. I've been to multiple musicals in real life and, like, just listening to them. Let me say, a lot of them are usually better on stage than they are in the movies. The only time that I've ever seen a musical that was better as a movie was Chicago. Wicked sucked. Wicked the movie sucked. Les Miserables was abysmal. And Death Becomes Her, well, I can't really say anything about that because that wasn't the musical, it was what the source material was, so it was fine. It was good. But I feel like people really do overglaze Wicked. Now, one day, if there's ever a, oh, and Cats. Definitely better on stage. The movie should have been burnt. And you wanna know what? So should Tom Hooper, who is the director of the Les Miserables movie and Cats. He needs to be publicly executed. Because whoever decided to make him in charge of film adaptations, let alone musical adaptations, you messed up, Aaron. Bro, I'm gonna be so real with you. I missed like half of that conversation. I don't know what you're talking about. I feel really nauseous. It'll pass. Anyway. You're going to a sleepover? That sounds like so much fun. I've never been to a sleepover in my life. Well, that's wrong. I take it back. I was at a sleepover once, but it was at my house, so I don't really count it. And I choose to block that memory out of my head. You know, I feel like we need to normalize, like, if you don't, like, if it's, unless it's, like, something that you have to acknowledge that happened. Like, if something bad happened and you don't want to acknowledge it as, like, reality anymore, like, oh, you had a very bad first kiss or something like that, you're like, okay, well, I don't count as my first kiss. Or, like, oh, this is my first boyfriend, but I didn't really like him, and we didn't last very long. Oh, well, I guess we'll just count the next one or something. Like, I feel like if it doesn't hurt anything, or, like, if it doesn't, like change, like, what happened to you drastically, I feel like just saying, like, oh, that never, I don't really like to count that, is valid. I don't know why we're talking about homophobes. Sorry, I'm feeling a little bit sick. Just give me a minute. It'll pass and I'll be back to normal. I'll be so real with you. I forgot exactly when I joined. I think I joined, like, right before the Christmas update, like the very first Christmas update. And that was really cool, but I also had to learn with the chances of getting Bobette. So that was definitely a challenge for me, but I persevered, and now I literally have everybody but the Halloween tunes and Bobette. Thankfully, when it comes to this year's Easter, I, for some reason, locked in last year, and got everything, like, all research on everybody, so all I need to focus on is, like, the quests and for the new skins and the new Easter skins. Can Shock dance? Well, early for once. You're early. We've been doing this for, like, 2 hours. Okay, how many have we gotten done so far? We've gone uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. You can tell how, like, more tired I get, the lazier my lines get. Loki, can we keep the LGBTQ talk out of the stream? I'm not trying to, like, be weird or anything. I just I don't feel like that should be the talk of the stream right now. Alright, who should I do next? We have a wide selection. I ditched listening to K-pop for this. This better be great. You better be grateful. Sure, yeah. Man, that's... I'm yawning. Topic change. Which is better, dark chocolate, white chocolate? Milk chocolate. Milk chocolate. You're a liar if it's anything but milk chocolate. Shelly, please. My mama kind of homeless. I wish I had like my character as the I show speed face. Okay, Shelly. Let's. I'm gonna agree with you. When I first joined this fandom, I thought she was a cinnamon roll for like the longest time. So I was so confused why she was called Shelly. Until like I was told and I started getting like more experienced. Although I will say, when I first joined, and I joined as a poppy, whoever that person was, this person like volunteered to do a duo and like guide me through like the game and stuff like that, and it was this person with like the vintage poppy skin on, and they were so helpful. I still think back to that was, we need more people like that, because people, it's a pretty beginner friendly game, but not from the community standpoint. Like it's a beginner friendly game as like a game standpoint, because it's kind of like a trial and error sort of thing, as opposed to like Forsaken, where like it's everybody else's skills against yours and they're gonna target you because you're easy. I feel like once you get the hang of it, you get the hang of it. So having someone to guide you through that is super nice. It's just people have like prejudice against like newer players. It's really weird. I don't know. I don't know why they look silly. I'm tempted to do her in the dino onesie. You know what? Screw it. I run the show here. I'm doing the dino onesie instead. Cry about it. The moment I realized that she was a shell, because I was like tossing in my head as I did runs, I was like, why is she called Shelly if she's a cinnamon roll? It took me like a hot second to like look at the little like opening of the shell in her, I want to say ear, and be like, oh, she's a fossilized shell. I'm such an idiot. I don't really have headcanons for Dandy's World. It just doesn't really seem like a game for headcanons. Maybe at most you could speculate why Tisha and Brusha don't like each other, because I don't think it's confirmed. But other than that, I don't got much to say. I feel like shipping is also a really dumb thing. Because I feel like this is such a game where, like, you should not be focusing on ships. Sure, like, I feel like we're, like, focusing on that a little bit. It's fine, you're free to do whatever the heck you want. At the same time, I just personally, I'm not too big into shipping when it comes to communities. It's like Genshin or something like that, but that's just because there's so many characters and there's like so many like storylines and dynamics and like actual relationships that are shown rather than just, oh, we get like a little teaser and we hear that Sprout and Cosmo are best friends, so that means we must ship them together. I feel like that's a little bit dumb. Teeny bit dumb. I got bills to pay. I don't have time. I gotta take shortcuts. So I occasionally have to pause to like try and read chat in case something's going on. I feel like people's obsession with fruitcake and like moonflower specifically, again, because they're just romanticizing and, I'm gonna say it, over sexualizing gay people as an act. It's like how people treat like Asian countries, like it's so exotic and like fun and mystical, as if it isn't just people living their lives. And it's not your thing to, you know, fetishize just because you feel like it's cool and hip. And if you are one of those people that like instantly makes everything in a fandom like about two guys and stuff like that and being really weird about it, or just in general over analyzing and only focusing, if there are ships in a fandom, like only focusing on the one that are between two guys. Like I feel like when people got this tiniest inkling that Byler might be canon, everyone stopped focusing on like how like good of a concept the actual show of Stranger Things is, even if the last season was absolute bonkers and not in a good way. I feel like people instantly just like stopped and were like, OMG, Byler, we want the two guys to get together, we hate Jane. Like, I don't like Eleven's character either in like the most recent seasons, but but actively despising a female character because it gets in the way of what you would call a male on male ship is disgusting behavior. Like, don't try to like fight me and be like, oh, but no, I will never, if you tell me straight up that, OMG, I like Byler, I hate 11, then I will never speak to you ever again. Because I can just tell what kind of person you are from that. And all the people that were like crying, like, no, Byler didn't end up being canon, me. That, and also, I'm sorry, Duffer Brothers, can we like can you like get close up and personal? You had Will, a deeply person you essentially tossed aside when it came to character development for most of the show, has arguably the most important role out of everybody aside from maybe 11, and then you do nothing with him besides, you know, adding a gay plot line in there because you want to queer bait. And then, I'm sorry, can we acknowledge everyone had an ending tied to what they wanted? You know, they went to college, they had a happy ending, they got a certain job that they wanted, they're all like having their own lives. You want to know entirely what Will's entire ending and stuff was based off of? Being gay. They dumbed down his character to just, he's gay and he likes guys. So that's all he gets for his, we don't even get to see what college he goes to, or if he even goes to college, what job he has, if he's doing okay, if he's going to therapy, nothing. We just get, oh, he kisses boys. What the heck? Duffer Brothers, look me dead in the eyes. How did you think that was okay? How did you think it was okay? Not only that, but then to have his coming out scene be longer than the boss fight of your 5-season show. Oh my gosh. You don't PMO right now. And then people that were like instantly jumping to, oh my gosh, they're so inclusive. This is a magical moment in history. They kissed. Or no, he had a coming out scene. It's not revolutionary. And people was like, it's such a good show just because they had a coming out scene. Like, I cannot explain in words how much it infuriates me that a piece of media can be just dumbed down to, oh, this, like, LGBTQ plus ship. As if that's all that matters. That's why I was so hesitant to, like, have any sort of hint towards anything, because that's all the people are going to focus on. That's all the people are going to care about. I feel like especially like this problem with Webtoon especially, just you do it specifically because you know people are only going to care about it and like click on it and get popular if it's based on that sort of stuff. And that is sad at best and pathetic at worst. Oh, man, I got really mad. Welcome Home. Welcome Home is another great example of that. Oh no, she's gonna start up again. It was such a good fandom. Like, it was actually, like, so fun until people got into the shipping wars between the mailman guy and the gray guy. And just, like, everything. And then it was all the AUs, it kind of killed it off. And there just hadn't been many updates. And it was such a good, grand idea, actually. It's such a good fandom. And it is kind of a shame that it died down. And I do feel like the shipping wars and the hatred about that really did contribute to that. Anyway, we got Shelly. Love how I didn't stop drawing once while I was running my mouth. Yeah. It's probably my favorite one so far. I don't know. Ooh, ow! Okay, alright. Can I prop my phone up, please? Thank you. Who's next? Pigeon? No. Who next? Who's up on the chopping block? Who's gonna get sacrificed? Okay, calm down. Oh, calm down. Okay, let me fix, okay. I think I'll do, like, 2-3 more after this, and then I'm gonna clock out so I can eat and get some actual work done. Sorry guys, I kind of just go based on, like, whichever one pops up first. It's a first come, first serve when it comes to the, like, who should I draw next recommendation thingy. I know Emo draws him, like, with horns and stuff like that. I don't know where he got that from. It did look cool, but I'm gonna stick to as canon, and then I'll just change little bits that I want. What is a Roblox game community that has kind of died down? Because the one I can think of right now, obviously, is Royal Hide, for obvious reasons. And then it was Forsaken, for the most part. It didn't die down, but it definitely doesn't have a great rep. And then I guess I would say, what's it called? Dress to Impress as well. Like, stuff like that. When you get super popular, and then you get into controversy, or you stop updating, it kind of just, kind of just stops. I remember there's one, like, specific one that somebody mentioned. Which one? What was it? Narami's live right now. Y'all are free to go watch that. I'll finish up. This will still be on my channel if you guys really want to watch it back. The brush looks so clean, thank you. Yeah, it's Astro. That's the one that was, that I saw first. As, like, what should I draw? And someone was like, Astro, please, my mom's kind of homeless. I feel like I'm overdoing this. I need to... Also, for such a mediocre show that was Stranger Things, the soundtrack did kind of bop. Personally. Which is such a shame for where it ended up, because the sound design and, like, again, the soundtrack is such a banger, but it just didn't follow through. Also, fun fact for anybody that's in the Psychonauts and Stranger Things community, if those people in that niche, like I am, are out there, Raz's original name was gonna be D'Artagnan. And that's what his name is in the files and stuff like that before they changed it. So, and he kind of looked like Astro in a sense. Like, he had, like, teal skin and, like, a big old sleeping cap. He kind of looked like he, like, was ripped out straight up, like, Rise of the Guardians or something. So I thought that was a cool detail, because I was, watching someone talk about, like, the behind the scenes. So, anyway. I don't feel very... There we go. This doesn't look the greatest, but you know what? Baby. Beep, 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 beep. Flip-a-clip used to be my like go-to as well, but then they put everything up in a paywall and made it really difficult to use. And if you wanted to do like the most basic thing, like upload audio, you had to, you know, paywall that as well. And like I heard that like if you paid for like the Flip-a-clip Plus before their new update, it would take away your subscription and like all your perks, and it would force you to pay for one that was more expensive, which feels lawsuitable personally, but I don't think anything's happened yet. This bald thing. I don't like Astro very much. I don't know if I've ever said that. Oh my gosh. My joints and stuff are really sore from sports and all that stuff, so I'm a little bit eepy. Yeah, the Flip-a-clip is literally useless now. I'm sorry, Shaded-Louise. I must disappoint you. I keep trying to switch. Like it's like that for some reason. Okay. I don't know what you mean, but okay. I got you. I'm sorry, I can't show my phone like screen right now. I have my references pulled up, and I'm like, someone drew Miku, but her braids are those like overly like maximalist cute keyed like phone chains. That's so cool. That's so creative. I'm jealous. I should have thought about it. That should have been my idea. My voice, my vocal scratch. I was drawing Pomni when I interact with that person in spray paint. That's what that was. I was drawing Pomni. Alright. Who's next? I've drawn way too many freaking characters on one sitting. I'm going insane. Please give me something easy. Please spare me. You got McDonald's? I'm jealous right now. I was eating earlier, but then I was kind of just like binge eating because like I was really stressed out. But I really do need to eat properly in a minute. Hold on a minute. Let me hear me out. I'm just for actually I don't know what I was gonna do. I'm just gonna straight up start acting silly because I'm like actually. gotta draw the research mobile. Why am I just imagining, like, like, Roger's costume, and then it's just, like, that meme, which is, like, the fat person, like, where are these guys? And then they're, like, sitting under their belly. Is it bad that, like, I unironically like Cartman from Stranger Things? I just kind of think how he's just like a vocal stint, because I low-key think some things he says is really funny. Whatever. I don't know, like, I feel like it's like, I can't, I have to say it. You know, minus all, like, the bad things. Token, you're black, you can play bass. You know, I'm sick of your stereotypes. As controversial as it is, it's deliberately controversial, and I kind of give them props for for upsetting every, like, thing that it's rated E for everybody. And I feel like even if it's something, like, targeting you, I feel like you can poke fun at it if you're actually cultured and not annoying. A research mobile. Beep beep. I'm subbed you for who is happy. Oh, hi Duracell. Welcome. I swear we were doing serious stuff like 10 minutes ago. I'm going insane. I feel like I'm rocking back and forth in my white padded room, talking to myself. With my big fat pug sitting right next to me. I'm rogering. What does that mean? Okay. Is one of my mods in here? Whoever said that, time them out for like 3 minutes. Who is it? Who said it? Who said it? You know what? You're going in timeout for 5 minutes. Yep, you're getting timed out. That Tony, that he said, they said they were rogering it. I'm sorry, they'll be back in 5 minutes. They'll be back in 5 minutes. You cannot, no, none of that. No. None of that. I don't tolerate that behavior. Anyway, they'll be back in 5 minutes. It doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bruh. 8 drawings y'all got me doing in, like, the past, like, 2-3 hours. That's good that you're multitasking. Yeah. Who do I draw next before I go, like, clinically insane? Make another. Which one? Which one do I do? I don't know what to do. Okay. I need my coffee. I need my coffee bad. I don't think I can get through it. Hello. Hello. Hi. I'm having like a mental breakdown. I should draw the one from the game. Scythe, I will get you. Sprout. Okay. 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 I can do that. I got that. I can do that. I can do that. I refuse to draw Sprout normally. He looks so lopsided. I don't like it. And which is weird because he seems to have like the most normal head shape. Like the most humanoid looking head shape. But I don't like it. So you know what? He's getting a silly one instead. La 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 la. What if I take the PlayStation and shove the whole thing up your butt? Because y'all drive me insane. I will show where the sun don't shine. No, cause I'm sorry. Any girl listening that has a boyfriend, if I hear any of y'all making those posts that are like, oh my gosh, my low effort boyfriend, you know what? I'm taking you. I'm gonna take you out. We're gonna go hang out at the park. We're gonna have some time. We're gonna have a sleepover, a little girl sleepover. We're gonna do each other's nails, and you were gonna get away from that man because that's not a boyfriend. That's not even a man. That's a little boy. That is a fetus. Cause ain't no way you're allowing the bare minimum. Bro, a guy that I liked, my ex-boyfriend, bruh, he straight up dumped me. Listen closely, because this is the goofiest thing ever, and I refuse to respect him after he did this. Broke up by texting me, and it gets worse, by texting me, by asking my best friend to text me that he didn't like me anymore. Think about it. You know what? As soon as that happened, because I was already being like, okay, he's being weird. I'm kind of starting to lose feelings. Like, why is he being so distant? Bruh, you pull that? You a little boy. You a little baby. No. Bruh, I instantly just like, ugh. Ick. Yucky. We don't like that. No. Bro, if any guy does something like that, and you're still like, but I still really like him. Nuh-uh. No. Because that is little boy pathetic behavior. Nuh-uh. Ooh. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Don't tell. First of all, breaking up over text is already like pathetic enough, but you did it through somebody else. That means you're a coward. You coward. Like, I'm sorry. How can you possibly think like, yeah, I'm so masculine after telling someone else to like do my dirty work for me because I'm too scared to face her, bruh. And you know what? Looking back on it, he didn't add anything. I was the one always asking questions. He never really asked any questions about me. He like didn't really know me very well because he just never asked. And I was the only one putting the work in. Bruh, that's how if he's not like pursuing you, then you know like okay, wait. He either one of two things. He notices that you're putting the effort in, and so he just doesn't feel like he has to try, which he should, no matter what. Or two, he just doesn't want to put the work in. Both are bad. At least reciprocate. If you're not asking questions, then you're essentially showing that you're disinterested. Anyway, enough of my dating advice. Get back to drawing Silly Sprout. Kind of like giving him like the gloves and stuff like that. Thank you, Black Pearl Cookie. Someone just left a comment saying peak. I don't know what it was on, but thank you. I appreciate that. I was gifted talent, and I'm using it to draw a long nose sprout from Dandy's World, the Roblox game. Whenever I think about that, I just kind of need to sit there. Let that marinate in the cranium. And then just go back to drawing. Also, yes, I unironically say marinate in the cranium. If you have a problem with that, then leave. Because I will say goofy stuff like that all the time. I feel like it was weird that he was naked, so I'm getting him some shorts and a t-shirt as well. Cover them up. There are children around here. I mean, even Shrimpo, a shrimp, has more coverage than you. You should be ashamed of yourself. Reset character now. I always have to add little doodle hearts next to everything. You can see it in a lot of my work. Oh, girl, I'm not doing very well. I'm not doing good. Ibly, I'm tired. Let me rest. Let me sleep. Take me out of this purgatory. I say this as I did this completely voluntarily. I just want to think of like the Michaela Noguera or whatever her name is. The audio is like, try being an influencer for a day. It is much more difficult than y'all think. Or what's her accent? Kim Kardashian. Try being an influencer for a day. Try it for a day. I work in the coal mines, making content for you guys. Actually, no, more accurate thing is, I went on a vacation to Mexico for a video. You don't know how difficult it is. I had to sit in a resort and drink martinis so I can make content for you guys. It is so difficult. I think I should draw the whole cast. I know you did not just say that. You see me mentally. I'm going so insane. I'm mocking Michaela Noguera, and you're just like, hey, you should draw even more. Are you joking? You're not serious, right? of them cheeks. For real, bro has the hanging out. Even in his, like, caramel, like, skin, bro is just out there. How many lists has Sprout been on, bro? Gives you a pillow and blanket. Bro, I'm sitting in my bed, and I'm still tired. This was because I have, like, 4 hours of sleep in me. Also, hot take. Not hot take. Can we normalize giving, him freckles? With sprout seeds? With little seeds? Little seed freckles? Because it's cute. Yeah. Also, another reason why I'm making him look like a little peon, little squishy, is because I drew a twisted version of him like a few months ago. I can pull it up. Where is it? Probably my fan art section. And I drew him like this. So I really wanted to stick to that. So I told you my headphones are loud, you're gonna my ears. My autism headphones died. What? I think should draw the whole cast. Take a break. There's a surprise after supper and I cannot wait. I'm on my way. Alexander? Okay. Cosmo. Sure, yeah, I think that'll be my last one of the day if I don't, like, actually, like, crash out and throw my, like, tablet out the window. De-ifify? You mean deafen you? I think that's what you mean. Alexander, don't forget to write. They are asking me to lead the crowd in this now. Okay, moving on. Nobody wants to hear that. Where's this goofy thing? Okay. I'm gonna go the Shelly route again and just give him big ol' eyes. Big eyes. That looks absolutely horrible. Let me fix that up. Bruh, you cannot be for real. Okay. I'm not throwing away my shot. 62.5k. 62.5? 66.2k. I'm going insane. Yeah. Wouldn't you like? I'm sorry, did you mix up me singing Hamilton as epic? You did. I know dang well you did not hear me singing, what was it? Some song from Hamilton, I'm too tired to remember. You was like, oh yeah, that's Epic the musical. Bro, Tato Chip. They sound nothing alike. Just because they're both written by bastard orphans, sons of a whore and Scotsmen, you know what I mean? They're both immigrants that write musicals by themselves. which is very talented. Bro, just because they have the same background doesn't mean that they sound the same. I feel like I'm gonna get, like, demonetized for, like, saying that, but, like, I'm not monetized, but I feel like my mom's gonna get mad at me for saying that, but, like, that's literally just the lyrics of the opening song. Why does this side of his head look so big? Okay, let me just... One thing I will say, though, I got to see, the original cast for, Death Becomes Her, the musical. It has to be one of my favorite ones I've ever seen in my life so far. And I've seen quite a bit, because also the opening number, well, aside from Michelle Williams having her absolutely awesome opening number, because it slaps low-key. I might play it in a sec if I, can risk not getting demonetized, or copyright strike, whatever it is. It was such a good song. The opening song where we see, like, our first, like, main character, it's called For the Gays. Or no, it's called The Gays, actually. And it's spelled Gaze, as in, like, looking. And it opens with her talking about, like, how, like, oh, he's looking at me, I fall into that gaze, whatever. And then it slowly turns into, I do it all for the gays. And then it bursts in, like, this huge, like, musical number with, like, guys in, like, all makeup and, like, a bunch of these, like, skimpy sort of, like, looks like rainbow suits in the front, but then they have, like, the open butt in the back. It was in, like, this huge flashy dance number. When I told my mom, she's such a sweet lady. She did not expect that to happen. Me and my brother were just sitting there, just absolutely giggling. It was such a good number. You should definitely listen to, like, it's on Apple Music and I'm pretty sure on Spotify as well. It was so good. Ugh. I mean, it literally opens with, also, the thing is, the person that did that's in the original Broadway for that was someone who played Glinda, and you can hear it, in the way that she says, like, the way that she speaks fast. I wonder if I can play it in a second. I just think that's funny. Bye. Ugh. Help, my piano was talking. Oh. Anyway, I felt like that was just a funny story, because if you ever, like, see it, or, like, listen to the music, that has to be, like, one of the funniest parts of it. And the whole movie is kind of a comedy. Not a movie. It's a comedy, so, like, it really is just fun to watch. And also, it has the person who played, Shrek in Shrek the Musical in it as well. It has a really stacked cast. I mean, it has Jennifer Simard, it has Megan Hilty, it obviously has Michelle Williams, it has, crap, I forgot his name, the guy who plays Shrek, and then I think it has, like, another big person in it, but I low-key forgot. We actually, whenever me and my family saw it, we saw the person for the understudy for Jennifer Simard as the, who played, Helen Sharp, and she worked her butt off, bro. I wasn't like the situation was like, oh, I wish I saw Jennifer Simard because it would have been better. Nah, low-key, she ate that up. Whoever's playing that, on Broadway with her, as, like, the understudy, you go, girl. She did so good. Oh. Anyway, enough about, musical tangents. Are you gonna play Roblox later? Probably not. Maybe I might. Low key, I'd feel very burnt out, like, just, like, socially. So that's why I'm, like, talking to myself and just yapping so much, just because it's kind of all I can do right now, because having, like, a back and forth interaction with, like, oh, gee, I love your stuff. Okay, thank you. Oh, do you have, oh, and, like, asking questions all the time, like, that's great. I do really appreciate it, but I'm just someone that gets really burnt out, like, in interactions very quickly. Especially when I'm already running on, like, low sleep and stuff. So I feel like if, like, somebody showed up and, like, started asking, like, a bunch of questions or, like, this, that, and the other, I feel like I would get very tired. Not like a diss. Again, I really have to preface that. It's not a diss. It's not like a, oh, don't talk to me, don't interact with me. Go right ahead. It's literally just, that's my personal thing. Oh my gosh, I'm going to pass out. Nearly gave me a heart attack, but I just realized it was my dog at the door. Okay, the other eye isn't the problem, it's this one. There we go, that's a little bit better. Alright, look at it. Look at it. This is the last you're gonna see of me. Everybody was confident. Everybody was fast as lightning. I wonder if someone can, like, play back, like, how I sounded at the beginning of this stream to how I sound now. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Bro, I'm freaking tired of it. I'm actually, like, curling up in my bed right now. I'm sleeping. I'm going to bed. Ugh. Thanks. I appreciate it boosts your motivation. That's the kind of the point of this, is just kind of interact and, you know, have fun with the art and stuff like that. I'm just very bad at managing my sleep schedule, so I just am really monotone right now. I swear my vocal fry isn't usually this bad. The more tired I get, the more I sound like a man. And as much as that bugs my ego, and, you know, stuff like that, but, you know, other than that, you know, whatever. Nighty night, bro. It's like 4 p.m. my time. I'm not going nighty night. I'm going sleepy sleep. There's a big difference. Ugh. Emo. Oh crap. Emo posted a video. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely watch that when I end. Okay. Time to go. Bye. 2 in almost 2.5 hours is wild.